what exactly is Man Matter Performance and आप exactly क्या करते हो and how are you helping the athletes?
We're a performance company that has sports psychology services. So we help elite and competitive athletes to achieve peak performance, to consistently perform, to help them with maybe 100 other metrics that we can help them with, everything related to the mind.
You have been to Lobro, like उसको मैकाओ स्पोर्ट्स साइंस कहते हैं एंड आपने चेल्सी ब्रेंटफोर्ड में भी लाइक यू हैव वर्कड। आप बताओ आपको वहाँ के कल्चर में और इंडिया के में क्या डिफरेंट लगता है?
मेरे यंगेस्ट एथलीट जो यूके में है, जो लंदन में रहते हैं, ही इज अ प्रीमियर लीग अकेडमी प्लेयर, वो 6 साल के हैं। सो ही 6 years old and that's when they start integrating the mindset aspect and the mental aspect of sport in their sporting journey. So I think that part is lacking कि यहाँ लगता है कि अगर स्पोर्ट्स साइकोलॉजिस्ट अगर मेंटल एस्पेक्ट पे काम कर रहे हैं तो कोई चैलेंज होगा, कोई प्रॉब्लम होगा, कोई किसी के साथ कोई इशू होगा, बट दैट्स एग्जैक्टली वो केस नहीं होता।
इंडिया में क्या ऐसे मेंटल स्ट्रगल्स हैं जिससे एथलीट सबसे ज़्यादा कॉमनली फेस कर रहे हैं?
सो आई थिंक स्ट्रगल्स हर जगह से आती हैं। हमें बहुत कलेक्टिविस्टिक सोसाइटी है। If we look at young athletes that come from privileged backgrounds, there's so much pressure that comes along with it. There's parents, there's coaches, there's the pressure to perform, there's peer pressure, there's school, there's everything.
There are a set of definite things that you can do for you to reach from step 1 to step 2, right? So I feel that's one of the major things that athletes don't have when they're younger. They don't know what it takes to go from step 1 to step 2. They don't have the right mentor to tell them what the steps that you need to take, what are the right things that you need to do to get to the next level. And that's a problem that I faced as well.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Dugout India podcast, a podcast where we unravel the journeys of the underdog athletes of the country and people building India's sporting future. Our today's episode is really special because we literally have two people building mindset of India's athletes. So please welcome Ms. Gayatri Bhushan and Akash, the founders of Mind Matter Performance. Welcome to the Dugout India, sir. We are glad to have you.
Thank you for having us. And we've actually done a few podcasts this year, but we're always looking forward to something new and just sharing our perspective within the country.
I think it's important that लोगों को पता चले कि इंडिया की स्पोर्टिंग फील्ड में क्या हो रहा है. Like it's not just about athletes, जो पीछे बैक रोल में और इतनी सारी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज़ हैं, दैट इज़ ऑल्सो इम्पॉर्टेंट एंड उनकी जर्नीज भी बाहर आना बहुत ज़रूरी है. सो लाइक स्टार्ट करते हैं. आप दोनों एथलीट बैकग्राउंड से हो, मैम इज़ फ्रॉम एथलेटिक्स एंड आप फुटबॉल से. सो लाइक बताओ कि कितना MMP स्टार्ट हुआ था जब आप एथलीट थे, लाइक आपके बैक ऑफ द हेड जब आप खेल रहे थे?
आई फील कि हमेशा से हम जानते थे कि हम अगर एथलीट नहीं बन पाए तो एटलीस्ट स्पोर्ट में हमें बिजनेस करना है या फिर करियर करना है, ऐसे टाइप का ही कुछ करना था. दैट वाज ऑलवेज द प्लान. सो मे बी थिंकिंग ऑफ इट इन दैट वे, इट्स shaped out of our experiences that we've lived. So of course it has a lot to contribute to what MMP is right now, because even our core ideology, maybe our passion, all of it's coming together to build something meaningful for the future generations.
So like back in the day, did you have in mind कि आप कुछ related to mental health करोगे, like आपको कोई ऐसा experience हुआ था या कुछ?
तो आई थिंक मेरे लिए पर्सनली दैट सीड वाज प्लांटेड वेरी अर्ली ऑन. मैं एक बहुत स्पोर्टी फैमिली से आती हूँ. मेरे डैड, मेरे अंकल दोनों नेशनल चैम्पियंस थे, दोनों कंट्री के लिए भागते थे. एंड आई ऑल्सो वॉज पुश्ड इनटू स्पोर्ट वेरी अर्ली ऑन इन लाइफ. सो आई वॉज एन एथलीट. आई यूज्ड टू रन 400 meters at the national level. My brother was a footballer. So it was a very sport oriented family. तो आई थिंक मेरे लिए ये सीड बहुत अर्ली प्लांट ऑन हो गया था कि मुझे स्पोर्ट में कुछ करना है. whether if it's not being an athlete like Akash said, it's to contribute to the ecosystem. So I think मेरे लिए हमेशा से ये था कि मैं स्पोर्ट में ही कुछ करूँगी, and that's what I always believed.
I think family background really matters, and like when you have seen people win like national championships and like जब पूरा घर के अंदर वो atmosphere होता है, so I think it gets into you naturally कि you want to do in a related field. I think सिर्फ एक एथलीट इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं होता, जो उनकी पूरी टीम है दैट इज ऑल्सो रियली इंपॉर्टेंट. वो भी उतना इंटीग्रल पार्ट प्ले करते हैं, जस्ट लाइक यू गाइज.
100%. I think I completely agree with you. I think जो पूरा ecosystem होता है, जो पूरा support system होता है, that's what brings the athlete, that's what helps the athlete perform at that world stage level. अगर हम देखें भी तो इंडिया में इतना ज़्यादा टैलेंट है. I think we come from a country where there's immense talent. But अगर उस talent को हमें convert करना है into world champions, I think like you said, the support system, the ecosystem matters so much, क्योंकि वही है जो एक athlete को एक world champion बना सकती है. And I think there's so many people who work to make an athlete who that athlete really is.
एंड आई थिंक जो एक एथलीट की परफॉर्मेंस के लिए जो फैक्टर्स है जिनके ऊपर और लोग काम करते हैं, जैसे न्यूट्रिशनिस्ट है, आप लोगों की तरह स्पोर्ट्स साइकोलॉजिस्ट हैं, और पूरी टीम होती है, दे आर ऑफन इग्नोर्ड, लाइक दे डोंट गेट द लाइमलाइट दैट दे शुड, क्योंकि सबका ध्यान एथलीट के ऊपर रहता है, बट कोई ये नहीं देखता कि एथलीट के साथ साथ उनकी पूरी टीम की भी उतनी स्लीपलेस नाइट्स हैं. आपको क्या लगता है?
बिल्कुल. एथलीट की जो पर्सनल जर्नी है वो हम कभी ऐसे पब्लिक स्पेस में देख नहीं सकते. इंस्टाग्राम पे, सोशल मीडिया, ऑल ऑफ देम आर लाइक a little unrealistic in terms of, because it's all the final stage stuff that you really see. So not a lot of people are seeing the stuff that's happening behind the scenes, although all of us know to a certain extent that there's a lot of difficulty, but it's really like many phases before which the athlete actually reaches the limelight and actually performs at the world stage. And performing is also, you reach one stage, and then performing and winning the medal is also a whole different
thing, exactly.
Consistently, I think एक बार नहीं होता. You have to go out there and perform every single day consistently with that motivation factor. And I think more than the limelight, what you're talking about, the support system, more than the limelight for the support system, I think आज की डेट में in India the awareness factor and the importance is more important than the limelight. कि we need these people, we need the support system and this ecosystem to help the athletes reach that level. Everyone in the West is doing it. एक athlete के लिए सिर्फ एक coach उनको वहाँ नहीं पहुँचा सकता है. Scientifically बहुत elements होते हैं that are needed to make an athlete reach that stage and that level and perform consistently with the best and the best in the world. So I think that's very important.
Like ma'am, you have been to Lobro, like
Yeah.
उसको Macau Sports Science कहते हैं, and आपने चेल्सी, ब्रेंटफोर्ड में भी like you have worked, and sir आपने फुटबॉल प्लेयर्स डेवलप करे हैं, खुद भी खेला है अक्रॉस यूरोप एंड यूएस. सो लाइक आप बताओ आपको वहाँ के कल्चर में और इंडिया के में क्या डिफरेंट लगता है, एंड लाइक कोई ऐसा सिस्टम जो आपने देखा हो कि वहाँ पे है एंड इंडिया को उसकी बहुत ज़्यादा नीड है.
आई थिंक फॉर मी पर्सनली जो सबसे ज़्यादा मुझे जो मेरे दिमाग में बात आती है इज़ द फैक्ट दैट मेरा यंगेस्ट एथलीट जो यूके में है, जो लंदन में रहते हैं, ही इज़ अ प्रीमियर लीग अकेडमी प्लेयर, वो 6 साल के हैं. सो ही इज़ 6 years old and that's when they start integrating the mindset aspect and the mental aspect of sport in their sporting journey. तो वहाँ पे बहुत नॉर्मल चीज़ होती है कि you don't have to have a problem to integrate a sports psychologist in your journey. कोई प्रॉब्लम, कोई चैलेंज, कोई इशू नहीं होना होता है. उनको बहुत समझ आता है कि इट्स मोर अबाउट स्किल बिल्डिंग, इट्स मोर अबाउट एम्पावरिंग द एथलीट एंड एम्बेडिंग देम विद द राइट स्किल्स. की बाय द टाइम मेरा जो वो एथलीट जो 6 साल का है आज, जब तक वो 10-11 साल का होगा, ही विल ऑलरेडी बी सो स्ट्रॉन्ग मेंटली एंड वो माइंडसेट इतना पावरफुल होगा कि ही विल बी एबल टू गो आउट देयर एंड परफॉर्म कंसिस्टेंटली एट हिज पीक. तो आई थिंक दैट पार्ट इज लैकिंग कि यहाँ लगता है कि अगर स्पोर्ट्स साइकोलॉजिस्ट अगर मेंटल एस्पेक्ट पे काम कर रहे हैं तो कोई चैलेंज होएगा, कोई प्रॉब्लम होएगा, कोई किसी के साथ कोई इशू होगा, बट दैट्स एग्जैक्टली वो केस नहीं होता. इट्स मोर अबाउट स्किल बिल्डिंग, इट्स मोर अबाउट एम्बेडिंग द राइट skills in an individual कि वो जाके consistently perform कर पाए. So I think this is a huge difference that I see in the West and in India.
What about you, sir?
For me, it's more in the systems that are over there. Things are very systematic, things are very organized, and also people are very open to change. People are open to integrating new systems within their already existing systems to make it a little better. But over here, क्या होता है कि अगर हम अप्रोच करते किसी कोच को तो काफ़ी, डोंट गेट मी रॉन्ग, अ लॉट ऑफ कोचेस आर लाइक वेरी एक्सेप्टिंग, वेरी फॉरवर्ड, दे वांट टू इंटीग्रेट थिंग्स इन, बट सम पीपल थिंक ऑफ अस not as someone who would integrate and help their system, but someone who will integrate and like ruin their system,
or
like try to
their system.
Not ruin it, like probably create some hurdles
Exactly.
along the way of what their path to success, right? So that's another huge mindset that needs to change. And like we mentioned, what sports psychology is, like how an athlete, building on what Gayatri said, is that a very good analogy of it would be like, imagine yourself in primary school. You have to study 5 different subjects to make you a good student. So over here, if you're only studying English and math, you're not getting science, social sciences, arts, or the other stuff. So similarly, to build an athlete, you have so many different aspects that you need to work on. So it's integral to your success that you work on all these aspects. So that's pretty much what's lacking, I say, over here. But change is slow, it's gonna happen. It's not if it's gonna happen, it's when it's gonna happen. So Would you
आई थिंक इंडिया के अंदर लाइक जस्ट लाइक यू सेड मैम दैट एंड सर ने भी बोला कि आई थिंक कोचेज आर रिजिड एंड और भी पेरेंट्स वगैरह भी दे सी इट मोर लाइक अ खर्चा कि ये खर्चा एंड उनको वो जायज़ नहीं लगता. दे फील दैट यू नो अननेसेसरीली है. दे जस्ट थिंक दैट यू नो पुटिंग देयर किड्स इनटू द अकेडमीज दैट्स व्हाट्स गोइंग टू यू नो टेक देम टू द बेस्ट. लाइक वो सिर्फ सीखेंगे और वो हो जाएंगे, बट दे ऑफन इग्नोर द अदर एलिमेंट्स लाइक न्यूट्रिशन है, स्पोर्ट्स साइकोलॉजी है. आई थिंक एक जितना इंपॉर्टेंट एक एथलीट के लिए फिजिकली फिट होना है उतना ही मेंटली फिट होना भी है, क्योंकि फिजिकल चैलेंजेस के साथ मेंटल चैलेंजेस भी उतने ही आते हैं, बिकॉज द जर्नी इज नेवर लाइक इट गोज अप डाउन. सो जब आप डाउन फेज में हो आई थिंक इट्स रियली इंपॉर्टेंट कि आपको पता हो कि आप उसके साथ कैसे कोप अप करोगे, बिकॉज एट द एंड वो आपके परफॉर्मेंस को इम्पैक्ट करेगा. क्योंकि अगर आप 100% मेंटली फिट नहीं हो, सो या एंड आई थिंक नॉट जस्ट इन स्पोर्ट्स, अगर आप अदर वे अराउंड भी देखोगे, नॉर्मली भी लोगों को लगता है कि यू नो थेरेपी एंड एवरीथिंग दिस इज रॉन्ग, बट आई डोंट थिंक दैट्स नॉट द केस शुड बी. लाइक क्योंकि जैसे सर ने बोला दैट स्कूल, प्राइमरी स्कूल, लाइक उन एस्पेक्ट्स पे भी काम करना उतना इम्पोर्टेंट है.
Exactly. And I think everywhere around the world this is happening. An athlete can't just have a coach and do the physical aspect of their training and go and be the best in the world. That's not possible. Scientifically, it's not possible. And like you said, the nutrition aspect, the sports psychology aspect, and so many more complementary aspects are so important for an athlete to help them reach that stage. And I think वही coaches को भी understand करना बहुत ज़रूरी है. हम किसी का काम खराब करने या रिप्लेस करने नहीं आए. वी आर ट्राइंग टू कॉम्प्लीमेंट योर वर्क, कि अगर आप अपने एथलीट को इस लेवल पे पहुंचा रहे हैं, सो वी आर ट्राइंग टू हेल्प यू मेक देम रीच द next level.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what we do.
to help you make your job a bit easier, to
Yeah.
like make your job easier and make the output better.
एग्जैक्टली. अगर एथलीट लाइक यू नो मेंटली फील लाइक फाइन एज इन कि वो ऑप्टिमम लेवल पे सोच रहा है, सब कुछ उसका ठीक है, उसका मेंटल बैकलॉग इतना ज़्यादा नहीं है, सो आई थिंक जो कोच सिखा रहा है वो उसको बेटर तरीके से सीख सकता है एंड अल्टीमेटली परफॉर्मेंस बेटर ही होगी. सो दैट्स व्हाट यू गाइज आर डूइंग.
Exactly. And we often forget कि एक एथलीट सिर्फ एक एथलीट नहीं होता. It's also a human being. They have a life outside.
Exactly.
और हम सबकी लाइफ्स में इतने स्ट्रेसेस हैं, इतना कुछ हो रहा है. Even for little children now, even the children who are starting off at the age of 8, 9, there's so much happening. There's so much peer pressure. There's school. There's education. Competition. Social media. There's so much comparison everywhere. There's so much judgment everywhere. So we forget कि हम उस athlete पे इतना pressure डाल रहे हैं for that athlete to go out there and perform, and that whole life that comes along with an athlete. If we need them to be performing at that level, they need to be mentally, like we said, mentally fit and mentally happy and enjoying their sport. हमारा एक बहुत ज़रूरी काम हमारा ये भी होता है to help the athlete enjoy their sport. वो शुरू तो कर देते हैं at the age of 7, 8, 9 where they're loving their cricket and their football. But by the time they are 14, 15 years old, the pressure becomes so much that the love for the sport and the enjoyment factor also goes missing. So हमारा बहुत ज़रूरी काम ये भी होता है to keep that motivation alive, that intrinsic motivation जो अंदर से the love and the passion for the sport alive. That's also a very, very important job to do. And like you said, if you're not feeling good on a specific day and you have to go out there and perform, you'll never be able to perform to the 100% of your potential because you're not all there. So if we need to be performing consistently at our peak, we need to be feeling mentally good. We need to still have that motivation, that intrinsic motivation. And along with that, when I talk about the skills, there's focus, there's motivation, there's consistency. And that's what is the edge and the advantage that will help an athlete become from a good athlete to a great athlete. I think that's the edge.
I think there's a like बहुत कम डिफरेंस है कि यू नो एक ग्रेट एथलीट में और एक गुड एथलीट में एक बहुत थिन लाइन और बहुत बेसिक डिफरेंस है. और अगर उसको वो क्रॉस करना है तो लाइक द फैक्टर्स यू मेंशन दे नीड टू वर्क ऑन इट. इफ दे डोंट लाइक उनकी टीम इफ दे डोंट वर्क ऑन इट, वो डिफरेंस पार करना बहुत मुश्किल है.
एग्जैक्टली. जैसे आकाश भी काफी बार बोलते हैं कि एट दैट लेवल स्किल वाइज सिर्फ एज दे से वो बहुत 19-20 का फर्क है. बिकॉज इफ यू आर परफॉर्मिंग एट दैट लेवल skill wise you've already mastered that skill to an extent.
True.
Where there's only a very 19-20 का फर्क. So it's on that specific day कौन जाके perform कर सकता है and perform at their best and give those timings and convert their training into competition and get those results and those outcomes. That's all mindset. Akash, you want also
Yeah.
You also want to give that example of Leh and Ladakh where we went right now, of the footballers.
Yeah, I mean that was probably like it happening in action, you know. because we were at the Climate Cup, which happens in Leh every year. So it's a cup that happens because of the political turmoil over there, relations with Tibet, relations with China border, all of those things.
Many things.
So yeah, many things is like made for sustainability and all of those things. So a lot of teams come there together from all over India, and they invite those teams, and Ladakh Foundation invites them. And what we realized over there is, you know, it's one of the highest stadiums in the world, like Ladakh, altitude wise. So over there, the challenge for the players was to cope up with the oxygen available at that altitude and play actually over there as well. So Ladakh, the local team Ladakh FC had the advantage over everyone because they were training there. That's the ground that they've been working in. People coming from UP, from Odisha, from Kerala, and all different places. Like, it's a big challenge for them. So it really, they have to adjust their mindset also to a thing that, you know, we're already at a negative over here when we've come. So how are we going to adapt to that? How will we play? And then when you play also, if you're not able to play well, are you going to blame it because of the altitude? Or are you ready before going into the game saying that I know that this is going to be a problem? You know, so a lot of challenges over there as well to figure out how we're going to play well at this tournament, how to go about it and stuff, and adapt basically.
So बहुत factors होते हैं जो आपके control में होते हैं और आपके control में नहीं होते हैं. So the fact that you still have to go out there, they can't go there and say we're not going to play. The fact is कि आपका heartbeat is so much faster, oxygen levels गिर चुके हैं, oxygen आपको कम मिल रहा है. Individuals like us who are not playing the game, even for us to breathe at that level, बहुत मुश्किल होता है. The weather conditions, it's raining, there's snow over there, there's so many things that are happening. But on that specific day, you need to make up your mind. Am I going to go out there and play or not play? If you're playing, there are going to be a lot of conditions जो आपके control में नहीं होते. How do you still go out there and perform at your best and motivate yourself to do this? So there are a lot of elements that go along with just playing sport. So I think that's where mindset comes into play.
I think it's a really good example that, you know, you are already thinking like यूपी की टीम दे वेंट टू लद्दाख, उनको पता है लाइक यू नो पहले से उनके माइंड में एक बैकलॉग है कि शायद हम डिसएडवांटेज में हैं बिकॉज वी नीड टू एक्लिमेटाइज टू द कंडीशंस, एंड जो होम टीम है वो वहीं खेल रही है तो लाइक ऑब्वियसली दे हैव एन एडवांटेज. एंड अगर एज एन एथलीट, मैं भी एक एथलीट हूँ, आप भी एक एथलीट हो, आपको पता है अगर हमारे माइंड में ऐसे क्वेश्चन आएंगे तो हम शायद ऑप्टिमम लाइक परफॉर्मेंस नहीं दे सकते. सो उस जगह पे मेंटल वो एक स्टेबल होना बहुत ज़रूरी है, राइट. तो मैम आपने मेंशन किया दैट यू नो यूके में लाइक 6 साल इस एज से लोगों को एक मेंटल लाइक यू नो मेंटल ट्रेनिंग दे आर डूइंग, एंड इंडिया में लोग नहीं कर रहे. सो लाइक उसका क्या डिफरेंस है, लाइक हाउ डज इट हेल्पिंग, लाइक हाउ इज इट हेल्पिंग द एथलीट्स बैक इन यूके और इंडिया में कैसे लाइक क्यों नहीं हो रहा है? What do you think?
Clear difference जो हम सबको दिखता है as individuals is the fact कि हमारी population कितनी है. We are the most
populated
country in the world. We have so much talent. Scientifically also if we see our bodies, even if we see as runners or as athletes, our bodies are made for middle distance and long distance running, and we have so much talent, whether it's cricket, it's football, it's racket sports. But why is it कि अभी भी हम लोग medals एक हाथ में गिनते हैं at a world stage level? Why is it कि in the West the medals are maybe 10x the medals that we're winning? That's our answer. Because talent wise हमारे पास उतना ही है. It's the fact कि हम उस talent को hone नहीं कर पा रहे हैं. We're not training that talent from that young age. It's not only about physical training. It's not only going on the track and training your endurance, speed. सिर्फ वही बात नहीं होती है. Like you said, the nutrition aspect, the scientific aspect of things, the physiotherapy, there's nutrition involved, the physiological aspect of your body. So इतना कुछ होता है. Where in the West, even China में अगर आप देखिए, they start training every aspect of an athlete's body and mind at a very very young age, and that support system and that ecosystem is very strong. But हम वो talent को hone नहीं कर पा रहे हैं हमारी country में. हम बहुत specific parts पे focus कर रहे हैं, but जो और complementary parts हैं हम उस पर फोकस नहीं कर पा रहे, एंड दैट्स वेयर वो डिफरेंस आ रहा है. अगर आप देखेंगे प्रकाश पादुकोण ने भी बात किया था अबाउट लक्ष्य सेन हु वाज प्लेइंग इन द ओलंपिक्स दिस ईयर, वही डिफरेंस आ गया. व्हाई वाज ही नॉट? ही वाज इजीली a potential medal winner. He should have won that bronze medal or even the silver. He should have won it. वही प्रकाश पादुकोण ने बात करी कि हम वो क्यों नहीं कन्वर्ट कर पा रहे.
आई थिंक आपने जैसे बताया दैट यू नो चाइना इट्स अ रियली ग्रेट एग्जांपल. इफ यू नो दे हैव दैट एथलीट मैन्युफैक्चरिंग सिस्टम, लाइक वो बचपन से ही कितने सिलेक्टेड लोगों को बच्चों को सिलेक्ट करते हैं, उनका जेनेटिक टेस्ट होता है, फिर टेस्ट के बेसिस पे उनको स्पोर्ट्स अलॉट किए जाते हैं, फिर उन स्पोर्ट्स की उन्हें उसी सिस्टम के अंदर ट्रेनिंग मिलती है. दे आर नॉट इवन अलाउड टू मीट देयर पेरेंट्स फॉर अ लॉन्ग पीरियड ऑफ टाइम. उनकी कोई सोशल लाइफ नहीं है. दे जस्ट हैव टू ट्रेन एंड वो रिजल्ट आई थिंक प्रोज और कॉन्स दोनों है इसके.
100%.
बट अगर आप बिगर पिक्चर में देखो तो इट्स हेल्पिंग चाइना. चाइना मेडल टैली में कहाँ पे है? हम अप्रोक्सीमेटली सेम पॉपुलेशन लेवल पे हैं एंड हम हैंडफुल मेडल लाते हैं. एक दो मेडल में आर कंट्री सेलिब्रेटिंग कि वाओ वी वन गोल्ड, एक गोल आ गया भाई बहुत बढ़िया. एंड वो लोग पाइल कर देते हैं मेडल्स.
एग्जैक्टली. और जैसे आपने बोला, आपने बहुत सही बात बोली. अभी आपने मुझसे प्रोज पूछे इसलिए मैंने आपको प्रोज बताया, बट यू आर वेरी करेक्ट इन द वे टू से कि हर कंट्री में प्रोज हैं एंड हर कंट्री में कॉन्स हैं. आई डोंट सपोर्ट everything that China is doing, and I wouldn't support everything that the UK is also doing or India is doing. But I think हमारा job यहाँ है that we can pick up the best practices from every environment and every country.
Exactly.
That we see. And that's what our role and our job over here is. Like you said, see the positives and get those positives to our country. So that's what I feel about it.
Yeah. And I feel like, you know, we're at the right time. You know, when all of these new systems are coming in, like sports psychology, what we're doing, and I mean, there are a few other companies also that are doing it, but just bringing in the right systems, ethical practices and all in at the right time when India is going through its performance change, you know, performance as a holistic thing, not just including sports psychology, but there are other metrics to it as well. Performance analysis, you know, maybe we're getting better scouts in, we're getting better performance analysts in, we're getting so many people who are measuring different kinds of metrics within the performance space. So this is a real change that's taking place right now within India. So I think we're in the middle of a very good time, because all these new developed practices like what Gayatri is saying come from the West, come from China, come from anywhere else within Asia, developed countries, etc. So we're going to see a huge change in the coming years, and the change has already started. So I'm looking forward to, you know, the next Olympics or the next maybe summer or winter games where India can actually do something. And I know it's going to take a while, but at least we've started that shift, you know. And in the next game will still be probably the current generation, but this is a change that we're trying to make a systemic change. So until we see like the medal tally that we're really talking about, it might be another 10 years at least, maybe 8 years, 10 years. But this is the change. I feel like these are the 10 years, the golden period for performance.
I think if the rumors are true that India is bidding for the 2036 Olympics to happen in India, I think they need to start now. Like you said, 10 years. इन 10 साल के अंदर हमें फिजिकली मेंटली अपना सिस्टम इतना स्ट्रॉन्ग कर रहे हैं कि जब 2036 में यहाँ पे ओलंपिक्स हों तो हम लोग टॉप ऑफ द टैली में हो. लाइक एटलीस्ट इन द टॉप 5 वी आर स्टैंडिंग नेक टू नेक विद जापान, USA, चाइना, रशिया में इनके साथ में इंडिया का नाम लिया जाए कि इंडिया में हुआ. एंड तब हम ये नहीं चाहते कि हमारे एथलीट्स एक दो मेडल से खुश हो. लाइक मैं आपसे बात कर रहा हूँ, आई हैव हैड न्यूमरस कॉन्वर्सेशन विद एथलीट्स अक्रॉस स्पोर्ट्स, गोल्फ, सब में, और सबने एक ही चीज़ बोली. दे हैड अ कॉमन थिंग दैट 2036 में इफ इंडिया एक्चुअली वांट्स टू डू ओलंपिक्स, उनको हम लोगों के लिए सिस्टम क्रिएट करना पड़ेगा. तभी हम अपना बेस्ट परफॉर्मेंस दे सकते हैं. आई थिंक टॉप एथलीट्स हैं, नीरज चोपड़ा, इन सब के पास एक प्रॉपर सिस्टम है. दे माइट बी हैविंग एवरीथिंग, बट उनके अलावा जो और एथलीट्स हैं उनको भी इस चीज़ की अवेयरनेस होना, ये पता होना और ये अवेलेबल होना सिस्टम, तभी आई थिंक वो बेस्ट परफॉर्म कर सकते हैं.
बिल्कुल.
Exactly. And I think there's a huge responsibility that comes along with hosting such a huge event at this level. So आप बिल्कुल सही बोल रहे हैं. When you talk about an athlete like नीरज चोपड़ा जिनके पास सब कुछ है, नीरज चोपड़ा के पास सब कुछ क्यों है आज? Because he's a नीरज चोपड़ा. And because he became a नीरज चोपड़ा. He won that medal and he got everything. If we want hundreds of more of नीरज चोपड़ाs, which our country has the potential to produce, हम वेट नहीं कर सकते for a नीरज चोपड़ा to win a medal and then give him everything. We have to give it to that 6-year-old and that 7-year-old athlete at that level so that we can produce hundreds of नीरज चोपड़ाs. What our country is lacking in कि हम we celebrate an athlete and we give that athlete everything when that athlete becomes something. हम वो वेट नहीं कर सकते हैं, and that's why the responsibility factor comes in. If we want to see real change, we need to start providing the athletes with the right systems and the right ecosystem at that very young age कि by the time they're 17 and 18-year-olds, we have hundreds of Neeraj Chopras in the country.
आई थिंक ये चीज़ एग्जैक्टली वर्ड टू वर्ड मेरे को 2-3 एथलीट्स और ने भी बोली है दैट इंडिया वेट करता है कि मेडल आए. नीरज चोपड़ा बिकेम नीरज चोपड़ा आफ्टर विनिंग दैट गोल्ड. उससे पहले नोबडी न्यू हिम. पूरा सिस्टम उनके अराउंड उसके बाद आया. अगर उससे पहले ही जो अर्ली एज पे एथलीट्स हैं उनको वो प्रॉपर सिस्टम मिले तो हमारे पास 150 CR की पॉपुलेशन है, इमेंस टैलेंट है. सो व्हाई कांट वी ऑन द टॉप?
Exactly. And we wouldn't be having this conversation if there was no potential.
नो पोटेंशियल. एग्जैक्टली
The
एग्जैक्टली.
fact is कि इतना potential है, इतना talent है, and we can all see it. And the fact that I wouldn't say it's going to waste, but कि हम उस talent को होन नहीं कर पा रहे and it's not being able to perform to its potential because we're not supporting that talent. और हम उस talent को वो दे नहीं रहे हैं जो उनको चाहिए to reach that level. So we have no one to blame here but the systems, and that's where responsibility comes in.
एग्जैक्टली. सो लाइक आपने पूरा ब्रीफली बताया. सो लाइक आई वांट यू टू टेल द ऑडियंस दैट व्हाट एग्जैक्टली इज मैन मैटर परफॉर्मेंस एंड आप एग्जैक्टली क्या करते हो एंड हाउ आर यू हेल्पिंग द एथलीट्स. तो उनको बेटर एक अब उन्हें पता है कि क्या इशू है. सो नाउ दे विल नो व्हाट एग्जैक्टली यू गाइज आर डूइंग टू हेल्प इट. सो लाइक प्लीज.
Sure. So, Wera Mind Matter Performance is a performance company, okay? That's how we're branded. So, we're a performance company that has sports psychology services. So, we help elite and competitive athletes to achieve peak performance, to consistently perform, to help them with maybe 100 other metrics that we can help them with, everything related to the mind, all right? And so, imagine like a coach, right? A coach trains your body, we train your mind, and we make you able to perform at competitions, to prepare for your competitions, post competition, when you're getting back from injury, that kind of support. So it's pretty holistic. It's not just like Gayatri mentioned, it's not only if you have a problem that you're coming in. अगर आपको consistently perform करना है, अगर आपको लग रहा है कि आप बहुत अच्छे हो, skill wise, or you're able to you're trying to go pro, or you're trying to play competitively, whether it's your school, whether it's like your coaching academy that you go for to play, and आपको लग रहा है कि आप खेल नहीं पा रहे हो, there are other metrics, other things that are trying to like hold you back, we help you with those as well. So if you have a problem, even if you don't have a problem, we try to make you achieve that consistency, peak performance. And it's relatively new and kind of a niche in India, but it's very much needed. Our athlete market is about 6.5 lakh athletes in India, and the kind of people, and there are probably another 3-4 other companies like us, maybe not even that much, that are doing what we're doing, and we might not, these 4-5 companies together might not be even able to work with say 1,000 athletes, and there are 6.5 lakh athletes, so the demand is there, there's a huge demand. So we're just trying to organically build our company so we'll be able to help as many athletes as we can in the future.
So like I think there's a massive gap and a massive opportunity because like you said there are over 6 lakh athletes.
Yeah.
Like ये registered number होगा I think,
Yeah.
unregistered तो भी लोगों को पता भी नहीं है कितना है
Yeah.
क्योंकि
Yeah.
we are a population of 150 CR
Yeah.
and 6 lakhs just like बहुत कम नंबर लग रहा है मुझे.
Yeah.
I think बहुत ये registered होगा, unregistered
Yeah.
बहुत सारे
ये
हैं.
सिर्फ elite athletes
ये सिर्फ elite athletes हैं exactly.
Registered athletes.
Yeah.
और तो लाइक बहुत ज़्यादा अपॉर्चुनिटी है लाइक सो जब आपने कंपनी स्टार्ट करी लाइक व्हेन यू स्टार्टेड एमएमपी तो क्या ऑलरेडी एग्जिस्टिंग थी कंपनीज जिससे आपने लाइक इंस्पिरेशन ड्रॉ करा सो व्हाट वाज दैट लाइक
So reason हमारा वापस so this company was started in London. The reason we came back to India was the fact, like you talk about, the huge market gap and the fact that our athletes were not getting the services that they deserve. So India में sports psychology का जो term है, that's not a registered term and that's not lawfully legally registered. तो कोई भी आज आप अपने आप को स्पोर्ट्स साइकोलॉजिस्ट बुला सकते हैं, कोई भी जो भी कमरे में बैठे हैं, anyone can call themselves a sports psychologist and no one can sue you for it. So what we realized in India was that I would say more than 95% of the sports psychologists today are practicing either on a bachelor's degree or a master's degree. They do not have the right licenses or the right experience to go out there and call themselves sports psychologists. Those practitioners are not to be blamed. It's again our system. India does not have a framework or a body that protects the title of a sports psychologist. तो हमारे पास कोई बॉडी नहीं है और कोई फ्रेमवर्क नहीं है जो वो लाइसेंसेस प्रोवाइड कर सकता है. So post my master's degree, it took me 4 years more to study and to get those experiences and those hours to call myself a sports psychologist. So my whole education span has been 8 to 9 years before I could call myself a sports psychologist. While here in our country, people are not following that pathway. So that is why अगर आपने जैसे अगर आप देखें, अगर हम कोचेस के पास जाएं, अगर हम फेडरेशंस के पास जाएं, क्लब्स के पास जाएं, a lot of them have a very negative approach towards sports psychology because they've tried it in the past and according to them it doesn't work. Why does it not work? Because the right people are not providing these services. अगर आप एक डॉक्टर हैं और आप एक पेशेंट को देख रहे हैं and you don't go through that whole pathway and you only do your bachelor's or your MBBS and you go out there and practice, imagine the kind of harm you cause. You're not only causing harm to your patients but you're also causing harm to the whole reputation of the profession itself. तो हमारी कंट्री में ये जो हार्म है, it's not only been caused to the athletes and the clubs and the federations, but it's also been caused to the reputation of this whole profession and of the practitioners. So that's the huge gap that we saw in India, and that's the reason we came back to India. We always wanted to serve our athletes, of course, but that's when we talk about a gap, that's a huge gap. So to answer your question, do we draw inspiration? Yeah, there's a lot of inspiration that we can draw from a lot of different individuals. But yes, we did have to start our company from scratch, the whole ideation of it, the whole value system of it, the whole professional philosophy of it. हम सब कुछ हमें scratch से start करना पड़ा. There's a lot of unlearning that goes along with it. We see our systems, जो systems हमने observe करे हैं. We've had to unlearn a lot of things before starting. So that's been our journey. And if I have to give a little bit of an example here, when I was an athlete, I had a very good support system. When I was an athlete, when I was 14, 15 years old, I realized I had the talent. I was doing well. But again, the anxiety set in, the competition pressure set in. I was not being able to convert my timings, what I was hitting in practice, into competition. And the whole performance pressure aspect of it set in very deeply. So my parents took me across to find a sports psychologist. I did meet 2 sports psychologists, but unfortunately they were not able to help me at that point, and I eventually had to give up the sport that I loved so much because I was not able to cope with the pressures that came along with it. Unfortunately, 15 years later, that aspect hasn't changed. The sports psychologist that I visited, again, now that I look back, didn't have the right experiences or the right licenses or the right education to be practicing as sports psychologists. And 15 years later, that's exactly where our country is even now.
No. I think जैसे आपने बताया that you had to give up on the sport you loved and you were good at, because knowledge ही नहीं थी like to guide you. कि कोई आपको सही guiding path दिखाता, आपको बताता that how to deal with it. तो currently भी वही सिनारियो है. तो आपकी तरह कितना टैलेंट है जो वेस्ट जा रहा है, लाइक जो अपने ऑप्टिमम लेवल पे रिजल्ट्स नहीं अचीव कर पा रहा एंड दे आर गिविंग अप ऑन द स्पोर्ट जस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ दैट. एंड जैसे आपने बहुत अच्छा पॉइंट बोला दैट MBBS है, तो अगर कोई MBBS जाके सर्जरी करेगा तो उसमें तो ब्लंडर होगा ही ना. सो दैट्स मोर लाइक दैट. सो आई थिंक इंडिया नीड्स सर्टन रेगुलेशन फॉर दिस कि लाइक स्पोर्ट्स साइकोलॉजिस्ट एंड स्पोर्ट्स साइकोलॉजी को एज अ टर्म, एज अ प्रोफेशन प्रॉपरली रिकॉग्नाइज किया जाए, उसके लिए लाइसेंसेज आए, तभी हम पॉजिटिव वे में आगे बढ़ सकते हैं.
Exactly, and I think that's what we're trying to do as Mind Matter Performance. Also, the policy aspect of it, the awareness aspect of it, the frameworks. I think Akash is working really hard on that to bring that into the country now. We're in a lot of conversations, so hopefully we're able to do that.
So, आप लोग ग्रास रूट से लेके एलीट लेवल, आप सारे एथलीट्स को ट्रेन कर रहे हो, स्टार्ट एंड सब कुछ. तो आप ये बताओ कि इंडिया में क्या ऐसे मेंटल स्ट्रगल्स हैं जिससे एथलीट सबसे ज़्यादा कॉमनली फेस कर रहे हैं?
You can take it.
Yeah.
I can take the second part of it.
So I think struggles हर जगह से आती हैं. हमें बहुत collectivistic society हैं. If we look at young athletes that come from privileged backgrounds, there's so much pressure that comes along with it. There's parents, there's coaches, there's the pressure to perform, there's peer pressure, there's school, there's education. So to manage all of that and to handle all of that and then to go out there and train every single day and perform at their peak, I see a lot of anxieties that come along with that in young kids today. एंड आई थिंक हम सिर्फ एथलीट्स के साथ काम नहीं करते हैं, हम उनके पेरेंट्स के साथ काम करते हैं, हम उनके कोचेस के साथ काम करते हैं. If they're a part of the club, we work with the club. So like I said, we all have to come together as a team holistically and support that athlete. If I see athletes who are at a higher level, say elite athletes, a lot of them come from very different backgrounds. So they have a lot of responsibility that comes along with it. Why do we see so many athletes giving up the sport, even though the talent is immense, giving up the sport at the age of 18, 19 years old? Because they're all doing it for that one medal, to get into college or to get a good job in the railways or in the government. So I think hamari country mein, it's not just looking at the athlete, but the whole ecosystem and the environment that comes along with it. We have to manage that whole environment while supporting that athlete, because there are a lot of issues and problems. The economic factor, the economic background factor, the social factor, where they come from, whether they have support of their parents, their coaches, the money factor. So there's a lot that comes along with it where we provide support. And then the other part of it is, yes, supporting them with the challenges and the issues, but the other part, which is a huge part, is the skill building factor. How do we help them gain that motivation to go out there and practice and train every single day? That consistency factor, the focus factor. How do you focus on that? If, say, you're training for a 100-meter race, that's barely a 9 point something or a 10-second race for you. You're training every single day of your life for that race. So how do you keep that focus intact? How do you keep that motivation intact? So I think all of these factors are what we work on. You want to take the other part of it?
Yeah, for me, some context to it. So, just talking about the challenges in general. For me, when I see certain things, I'm like certain tasks, right? So, I feel like there are a set of definite things that you can do for you to reach from step 1 to step 2, right? So I feel that's one of the major things that athletes don't have when they're younger. They don't know what it takes to go from step 1 to step 2. They don't have the right mentor to tell them what the steps that you need to take, what are the right things that you need to do to get to the next level. And that's a problem that I faced as well. Skill wise, I think I was really good, like probably one of the best in the country. I was like, when I used to play with people, I used to perform exceptionally well, you know, was always very competitive, performed at good stages, played nationals and all of these things. But I realized that what I didn't have is that I didn't know what I needed to do for me to take this to the next level. And that's where I got the short straw kind of a thing. So maybe the right guidance, the right people, the right mentors is what these athletes really lack, you know, and we're trying to support them through sports psychology and mentorship in one way, that way, but the other way, just holistically, like Gayatri said, with their mental health, with their well-being, with their performance metrics, you know, just trying to make sure that they're the best versions of themselves. So moving forward, if they had like say 5 or 6 different things that they needed help with, now they might just need 2 or 3 things that they might need help with. So like we said, it's like a very holistic thing. Apart from sports psychology, there are many other things that the athlete really needs to get to the next level, but that's the shift that we're trying to make now.
Exactly. So like you said that, you know, बहुत सारे aspects हैं और उन सब पे अगर काम नहीं होगा तो I don't think athlete वो jump ले सकता है. We have discussed that. So it's really interesting to see that, you know, somebody is doing this, because I think India needs this right now. Because if we don't do it right now, I don't know when we will do it. Like,
absolutely.
Because if we see that, you know, let's say Carlos Alcaraz, he is 22, 23, he has won 4 Grand Slam already.
Yeah.
And like India में लोगों को पता ही नहीं है like that, you know, 22, 23 पे भी what they are supposed to do. वही एक difference है that, you know, like you said, 6 साल का बच्चा UK में, he is like, you know, already prepping mentally more than physically. He knows what he wants. So ये बहुत important aspect है.
Exactly, and I think the awareness factor which Akash just mentioned, we need to understand even a trait like confidence. That's not a personality trait that you're born with. That's something that you train. That's something that it's a skill that you train to become more confident. So काफी लोगों को लगता है either you're born with confidence or you're not. लोगों को लगता है कि अच्छा ये ज़्यादा confident बच्चा है या ये ज़्यादा confident बच्चा है. It's a skill that you train every single day. And like other traits, motivation, consistency, focus, like I mentioned, all of these skills are trainable skills. वही लोगों को समझ नहीं आता that then you're not born with these skills. You have to train them. If you're training for your speed, if you're training for your endurance, then why are we not training these aspects
As well.
which will eventually be the reason of why you reach where you reach?
एग्जैक्टली लाइक इनिशियल रिएक्शन क्या था उन लोगों का जब आपने उन्हें बताया ये कि आपका ऐसे प्रॉपर स्टार्टअप एंड यू डू दिस, तो उनका इनिशियल रिएक्शन क्या था आपके टुवर्ड?
There are two parts to this. One part is if you're an academy that's already part of the elite setup, that your athletes are already like, you know, semi-pro and they're about to go pro, right? You know that they're going to make it. They're already playing the national levels and stuff. So those coaches and those leaders already knew that something like this exists, all right? Or even if they didn't know that it exists, they are like somewhat knowledgeable about it, that there's something like this in the performance space, and they're intrigued. Ki, what is this? What's this new thing? Let's try to integrate it. These are the private academies and all, and they want to integrate it. Now, when you go into the competitive space, so in the competitive space is where people are not knowledgeable about this. It's where something completely new. They're like, what is this? Okay, so over there is where there might be a little more friction, a little more hurdles, because we need to, in the elite space, we've already crossed the first hurdle. In this one, we have to cross the first hurdle, explain it to them for the awareness part for what it is, and then move on to the second hurdle. So that's the difference between the elite and competitive space. In the elite space, people know what it is. In the competitive space, people don't know what it is, so they might just be a little still wary of it. But the people there are two parts in that as well. Some people who don't know it and are a bit wary about it, and some people who don't know about it but are very intrigued to know what is this, and if other people are adapting this into their systems, why aren't we doing it? So that's the kind of mixed reactions that we get, and which we're totally fine with, because for us, if we had a more generalized product, we might not be even getting that many meetings as much as we get. Right now, we've spoken to higher leadership, owners of clubs, companies, like really big players in the market, by just sending them a message on LinkedIn maybe, or like an email. Yeah, so nothing. That's the main difference between the elite and competitive space that we see. And
I think if I can add to that, anyone we've reached out to, and anyone who's reached out to us, that conversation has always been very positive. It's always led to something. So even if we reach out to someone who's never heard of this before, who doesn't understand the term sports psychology, but I think the bigger picture here is that they always understand the need for it. They might not be able to put a term to it, but उनको पता है कि need इसकी बहुत है. So I think that conversation has always been positive, and slowly people will start understanding that they need to integrate this into their system. So that's what I've noticed. That conversation has always been positive.
Yeah.
I think now that athletes are noticing it, like आपने बहुत अच्छे तरीके से explain किया that elite and competitive level. Elite level पे सबको पता है. Let's say golf है, ठीक है. I think it's the sports for the richest. Elite लोगों का sport है. They have a mindset. They know. मैंने गोल्फ एथलीट के साथ किया, ही न्यू ऑल अबाउट इट. उसकी पूरी टीम थी, उनकी पूरी टीम थी, सब कुछ था उनके साथ. इवन व्हेन वी वर शूटिंग, लाइक उनके ब्रेक्स होते हैं लेजिट, वेयर दे आर ईटिंग, उनका प्रॉपर टीम है, ठीक है. सो उन्हें पता है क्या करना है. बट धीरे धीरे कंपेटिटिव स्पेस में भी नॉलेज आ रही है, बिकॉज लाइक आई हैव डन इट विद एन अंडर 20 फुटबॉल प्लेयर, लाइक ही इज प्लेइंग फॉर ईस्ट बंगाल FC राइट नाउ. सो उसको भी पता था दैट धीरे धीरे ही रियलाइज दैट आई नीड दिस, हाउ कैन आई गेट दिस, वेयर कैन आई गेट दिस. प्रॉपर स्पोर्ट्स साइकोलॉजिस्ट के पास जाना, प्रॉपर लाइक ट्रेनिंग उस तरीके से करना, अपने माइंड की भी और बॉडी की भी, लाइक प्रॉपर नॉट जस्ट गोइंग टू द जिम, प्रॉपर एथलीट वर्कआउट. तो आई थिंक धीरे धीरे अवेयरनेस आ रही है. एंड जैसे आपने बोला दैट यू आर गेटिंग द अपॉर्चुनिटीज, अगर बहुत कुछ जनरलाइज होता तो शायद इतना नहीं मिलता. एंड आई थिंक इट विल टेक टाइम, बट वॉट यू गाइज आर डूइंग, इट्स इनसेन. एंड धीरे धीरे अवेयरनेस बढ़ेगी. 10 साल, लाइक हम 1 साल 2 साल 3 साल की विंडो नहीं ले रहे, वी आर टेकिंग अ डेकेड. इतने सो उसके अंदर आई थिंक इंडिया का माइंडसेट धीरे धीरे, जैसे न्यू जनरेशन आ रही है, लोग समझ रहे हैं, प्लेयर्स को भी पता लग रहा है, तो ऑब्वियसली दे विल आस्क फॉर इट, that we need this.
You're so right about saying that it will take a decade. This is a very long-term journey, an athlete's journey and career span, even though it's not very long per se in terms of their life in comparison, but it's a very long, hard journey. And like you said, this is not a magic wand. You can't do 2 sessions with a sports psychologist and feel like you're the most confident, most focused, most motivated athlete out there. It doesn't work like that. You have to go out there like you're training with your coach every single day, and you're training on your speed, your endurance, or just your specific sport. Like that, you have to train your mind every single day. You have to be at that optimum level to go out there and perform at your peak.
आई थिंक जितना इम्पोर्टेंट आपके लिए डाइट है आपकी, जितना इम्पोर्टेंट आपके लिए वर्किंग आउट है, जितना इम्पोर्टेंट आपके लिए बाकी सब कुछ है, उतना ही इम्पोर्टेंट ये एस्पेक्ट भी है. बिकॉज लाइक यू नेवर नो आपको कब एक मेंटल बैकलॉग आ जाएगा. आप गेम खेल रहे हो, उसमें कुछ इशू है, यू विल थिंक अबाउट इट मेंटली. वन बैड डे एट द ऑफिस एंड यू नीड इट. सो आई थिंक आप रेगुलरली आपको वो चाहिए, द सेशंस एंड एवरीथिंग.
The most skillful, most powerful, the strongest athlete in the world. But if on that specific day your mind is not steady enough for you to go out there and perform at your peak, it's really not going to matter.
Prime example, I would say Virat Kohli. He had a lean patch for around 1081 days.
Yeah.
I am pretty sure that he is having everything. But he clearly said after he hit that century, like after the drought, that it was the mental thing. I was taking a lot of mental pressure.
Yeah.
I was like media, पूरा world मुझे देख रहा है and I am not able to score.
Yeah.
There was so much pressure. But then I took a break, I took a breather, I get back home, मैंने relax किया and came back and I was like, I just need to play for the joy of it, like for the fun, like I can't take this pressure. होगा नहीं होगा अब देखेंगे. And the next came the century came.
Yeah, and
So
Virat
उसके
Kohli
हाँ,
is a
huge.
big advocate for mental well-being,
Being,
mental
exactly.
health and sports psychology, and even Royal Challengers RCB. They have a sports psychologist on their team who's always traveling with the team. So yeah, I think they recognize it, and if the best in the country recognize the need for it, and
Exactly.
elite athletes recognize the need for it, then I think it's
Everybody needs it. It's
Exactly.
more, it's need of the hour. So like
100%.
my last question to you guys is that
Yeah.
what do you guys think is next in sports psychology? Like next 5 or 10 years आपको क्या लगता है क्या होगा, क्या changes होंगे, and what's next for you guys? That is a really important question.
Fair
I
enough.
think for sports psychology, I'd say that our country is recognizing the need for the licenses, the right education, the right experience before you can even use the title of a sports psychologist. So I think that is something which is the need of the hour, the urgency factor that we have to start getting in the right frameworks, because otherwise we're not only going to ruin damage the athletes that we're working with, but we're also going to damage the reputation of our profession. Like I said, for the practitioners, then you can't demand that respect, or there's a lot of pay aspect also that's involved. You can't demand that aspect if we're not getting the right education and the right experience and the right licenses in. So I think that for sports psychology is the need of the hour, which I see happening in the next few years. You want to take the Mind Matter performance question?
Yeah. Just building on
Yeah.
what you're saying. I'm a bit confused. Not confused, I would say, but between what Gayatri said and what we can see happening, there's like a bit of context to this is how we mentioned about the different performance routines or like different things that you need within a performance space to make the athlete what he or she wants to be, right? So there's sports psychology, there's nutrition, there's strength and conditioning, there's so many different parts to it, coaching, just raw skill building, right? So we're trying to create a space where all of this can happen together. So now when we had integrated with Center for Sport Injury over here, when we're working out of here, what we've done is that the floor that I've showed you, the basement floor, that's like a performance center now. So you can get your strength and conditioning done there, you can get your rehab done there, you can get your sports psychology done there, there'll be a nutritionist available for you. So it's like a one spot for everything. So as the years pass by, we'd want to integrate more and more things within this space, so that isn't one stop for an athlete. So they come here and we're able to help them with everything. So that one thing, of course, it saves a lot of time for the athlete, but then we're taking care of the part where I had initially said that I didn't know what I needed.
Exactly.
So we're making sure that we know what the athlete needs and we're giving them the best. So we have the best strength and conditioning expert, we have the best sports psychologist, we have the best nutritionist. So we're just bringing all the good aspects together, and we just want to make sure that we can do this at better levels as the years pass by.
I think you are addressing the issues that you guys faced. Like ma'am said 15 years ago, she had the talent, she didn't know the sports psychology part, that how to deal with it. And like you said, the physical aspect. So आप लोगों ने जो अपनी जर्नीज में गैप्स फेस किए हैं, यू आर ट्राइंग टू फिल इट, क्योंकि इंडिया के अंदर बहुत बड़ा इशू है. and it's great to see that somebody is taking the initiative and doing it for the country. So at the end, all I want to say, thank you sir, thank you ma'am.
Thank
It was
you.
a pleasure to have you on show with us, and I hope कि future में like what you want to do आप लोग वो सब achieve करो, and इंडिया के अंदर स्पोर्ट्स साइकोलॉजी प्रॉपरली रिकॉग्नाइज करी जाए, एथलीट्स को प्रॉपर नॉलेज मिले, एथलीट्स को सही गाइडेंस मिले. इट्स थ्रू यू या किसी और के थ्रू. वी ऑल जस्ट वांट कि इंडिया लाइक एक्सेल करे स्पोर्ट में. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, thank you so much for
and
having
you're
us.
doing a
Yes.
great job, I think, by
Definitely.
building this awareness. We watched your other podcasts also. I think you're doing a very, very wonderful job. So thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for spreading the word, because like we mentioned, for us, awareness is a thing that has to happen simultaneously along all the processes. And joining podcasts like yourselves, this is where we can spread the word, and this is where people like the